Ah, we are live. Okay, well, good evening. I am back home in New York. So before we get into anything, I want to share something with you. Okay, I have a very good friend of mine. Her name is Megan, and she has a book out. It's The White Devil and the Twisted Young Owl. I'm going to show you the cover of this so you can see her name, see who it is. I would definitely check these out. So she had sent me this book. It's a small book. I mean, it's only, let's see, 30 pages, but this is her second book that she has put out, and very, very nice person. She's from Pennsylvania, and it's the story about her brother-in-law and a good friend of mine. So it's and the way she describes him in the book is it's pretty much right on accurate. So very, very interesting. So anyway, folks, I am back home in New York. Uh, very, very interesting week. We're going to get into that down in West Virginia, but beautiful. Oh my God, beautiful down there. So, but anyway, before, yeah, she's in Steeler Nation, I know, but she's not a big Steeler fan. So, but anyway, before we get started with this stream, I would like to just let everybody know this is a very, very family friendly oriented channel. And I know we've been away from this for a week, so but I want to make sure everybody knows that. Also, no racism, no nastiness is going to be tolerated on the channel. And if you think that you're going to do that, those awesome people that you see lit up in blue will boot you out of here because we're just not going to have it. Okay. So, kind of give you a recap of my week really quickly. We'll talk about a few things about that and plans moving forward and what has to be done here at the homestead here in New York. Crazy, crazy. It's been very, very busy. So you've been watching the progression of the videos. Today was the last day of the videos from when Bill was here with the bulldozer. Those are 3 o'clock videos. I have I think about nine. I think it's at least nine videos from when I was down in West Virginia that we did while Dennis and I were traipsing through the woods, marking trees. And those will start tomorrow. And what I'm going to do is I will do those videos will be like 3 o'clock videos. So like for the next 9 days, you will see those videos in the mornings. When I do my live streams, obviously I'll do my live streams and then I'll do regular videos and stuff like that. I also have, oh God, probably 6 reviews of products that were sent to me that are overdue. So I'm gonna throw those in the mix there. I'll do some quick review videos for you guys, and you can check out the products that were sent to me. And if you're interested, I'll try to make sure you have links to them and stuff like that. But just trying to catch up on stuff. So what I need to do back here at home now that I'm back home, the lathing that I wanted to put on the outside of the greenhouse. Mom has been painting that, and so once she was doing the primer coat, and then once she's done with the finish coat, I'm going to pre-drill all those and get them up on the outside of the greenhouse before our weather turns to complete garbage up here. So, did you marker your boundaries out at Eva? Yes, I did. You'll see that all in the video. That's what we were doing. I have now walked every inch of my property. We used blue, Asif. This is the color that we use down there. And when you do your boundary lines, the way that you do your boundary lines, it's three lines. So if you do 3 lines, and that's kind of like the universal thing that is the boundary line. But it was a lot of fun, a lot of hiking, a lot of territory that is just like when you guys see the video. I hope you enjoy them. I really do. It was definitely interesting. I lost one of my earrings in the woods. Lost a set of batteries out of the one camera. So when I was out there, and I was like, well, I guess that's the end of videos for that stretch. But it was the terrain is very, very rough, and it's not easy to traverse and to move around down there once you get off of the trails. But very, very cool. So like I said, those videos are going to start tomorrow, and so they'll be 3 o'clock every day until they're all done. I have no idea, JJ. I have no idea. Probably one of the times that I fell is my guess. I fell a lot. Dennis fell as well. We both have some battle scars from those falls, but that happens. But really enjoyable down there. I got to tell you. So I think in one of the videos, or you may have already seen it. I'm not sure, but yeah, it might be something that I've already posted up. I showed where the camper we have set up, and the camper was already winterized. So I did not want to run water in the camper while we were there and take showers inside and all that type of stuff, or use the toilet inside, because I didn't want to have to re-winterize it for just being down there, for that short time. So I had some boards outside, and that was my shower. So in the mornings when it was about 45 degrees, and even though the sun was up, the sun did help. I'd heat up water. I'd stand out there buck naked, soaping down, and I'd have the steam was coming off of me. It was fun though. It was really, really fun. I really enjoyed it, and I don't mind doing that. It's definitely an experience out there, and so we had a good time. Drank a couple of beers and traipsed around in the woods and got things done. But like I said, now I've seen every bit of my property. Really, I cannot even begin to tell you how happy I am to have this property. There's some video that I took, and the only regret that I have, there's one spot that I was at that I forgot to take a picture of, and it's of the way that the property sets. It comes up to a point like this, and both sides around and down is creeks, like water runoff when like the spring and those type of things. And so hold on one second, guys. I did not kill the volume on my phone. There we go. Okay, so but it comes down and around. So but on the one there's waterfalls on both sides, but on the one side is an unbelievable waterfall off of bedrock. It's stunning, absolutely stunning. And so you'll get to see the videos, of that. But I didn't take a picture of it because I wasn't thinking at the time about the picture, because I was just, getting film, and we were marking trees and all kinds of stuff. So, but yeah. Anyways, but it was, like I said, it was fun. Getting the camper down there. Oh my God. So, any of you know that have been paying attention for a while, I just bought my truck a couple of months ago. Never had a truck before in my life before I bought my truck. And so when people saw the truck and the camper, they're like, are you sure you're going to be able to haul that down there? Well, the truck has a towing capacity of 11,500 pounds, so it could handle it with no problem. The camper was about 7,500 pounds, and we didn't have it loaded up to the max. I mean, we had some stuff in there. We had some stuff in the back of the pickup bed. So we were good to go. So we get started out, and I'm thinking, okay, I was giving myself a 12-hour window. So thanks for always reading our super chats. Running store has buddy heaters if people are looking for them. See any snakes down there? Running's store. Okay, Running's store has the buddy heaters. Thank you very much, Freddie left you for the statement, so that people know where they can get a buddy heater. Thank you for the donation as well. I do appreciate that as well. But anyway, I saw no snakes this trip at all. We saw no snakes. I didn't see any snakes the last trip. It's a little late in the season, so they're really not going to be out there. I did end up, for me, pulling 2 ticks off of me. They weren't in; they were just on me. I was sprayed up. I was spraying up every day. Dennis was spraying up every day. Dennis ended up with 1 tick on him. So I honestly, with as much time as we spent in the woods, I don't think that that's bad. We didn't see any bears, JJ. I did see more scat out there, so I did see that. There are definitely black bear in the area. There's absolutely that. We had turkeys right up in the meadow. I think I got a couple of video. I know the one video I got him. We were down in the woods, and you know, yes, there's a tremendous amount of deer, Sharon. We saw a lot of deer, and so that part was cool as well. But yeah, snakes hibernate. Yep. So I think we came down at a time when the snakes are hibernating. So we really didn't, we really didn't. I was watching, obviously, making sure because when you have something that can kill you, so that's everybody says get some guinea hens if you want to clear your land of pestis like ticks. Yes, I may end up doing that. I may get some guinea hens down there and just like let them loose during the day and have a roost for them. So I didn't see any Bigfoot tracks, no, but like I said, they probably heard us more than we would hear them. You can't walk through those woods and not be, you know, you're loud. You're just very, very loud. But like I said, it is absolutely beautiful down there. Hey, East Tennessee Preparedness. Enjoyed meeting you at Pinball's Get Together. They're very nice meeting you too, East Tennessee Preparedness. So let's talk about that real quick. So I went to Pinball's Get Together. Uh, did the gas prices shock you on your trip? Yes, we'll talk about that. The gas prices in a minute, JJ. So I went to East Tennessee Preparedness was there, and I met him. Met a lot of people at Pinball Preparedness. If I missed somebody at the get together there, pretty much when I walked in, I had people talking to me the whole time that I was there. I was there for about 4.5 hours. Really very enjoyable. I wanted to show you guys something that was made for me, and I want to give this young man a shout out. All right. So first of all, his name is Zane. He does Patriot Design. So I'm going to show you his card. He is a veteran. I hope you guys can see that okay. Yep, that came out pretty clear. You can see that really good. Okay. So there is his card. And Zane had been talking with me through email before I went down to the event. And this is what Zane made for me. Now, I don't know how well. Yeah, you can see that pretty good. So I was a combat engineer. I was in a combat engineer unit. And so he made this. And then on the other side, how cool is that? Is that really neat or not? I mean, I thought this was absolutely awesome. And so it's a, hold on a second. I'll show you here. So it's a container you can drink out of, put your drinks in there. You can either carry it like that or you can hook it onto there. He makes these for people. So if you are interested, let me see if I on his card if he has a website. I want to just give him a shout out. So Zane, thank you so much for this again. Absolutely awesome. I love it and I absolutely will utilize it. So let me just look and see if he's got anything on here. Let's see. He's on Instagram. It's Patriot Designs by Zane. Okay. His email is patriotsdesignbyzane at gmail.com. And he's also on Facebook, uh, Rick Bear 1770, Rick Bears. So it's RickBearz 1776. So again, I'm going to show the card once again. And if you can't read that, I'm going to read the phone number for you guys. His name is Zane. The phone number is 601 529 6447. Makes custom designs and he does it on wood as well. So very, very cool. Zane, thank you so much. I absolutely love it. It was very, very thoughtful of you. And when I first got down to Pinballs Get Together, he gave me that right away. So that was very, very cool. So listen to this one. So I get there, I get down to the get together, and I walk up and I meet Pinball for the first time. Now, JJ just put the number up for Zane, guys. So if you want to get a hold of him, see about having him do some custom work for you, please do. Very, very cool, very, very unique. It's not something that you can just go pick up in a store. Okay, so I get down to the event, and I'll probably like a lot of you guys, a lot, if you're sitting here and you're watching somebody with pinball, you always see him sitting. He's not like really out and about walking around. He's generally sitting and talking. Well, so I meet him for the first time. He's like 6'8". The guy's enormous. He's a huge, huge human being. Very, very awesome gentleman as well. Very, very down to earth. Very approachable. Like I said, I had talked with him on the phone beforehand, and so it was really, really nice. So once again, I want to thank him for putting the event on for people to get together. From where my property is in West Virginia to get down to Knoxville, Tennessee, it was about a 4-hour drive, right in that range. So really cool. Just really a lot of fun, and we had a really good time. I mean, I know I had a great time. Like I said, I got to meet a lot of people, and I thought that was, you know, Pinball used to play for the Chicago Bulls. Yeah, I don't know about that, but he's a big dude. He's a big dude. So yeah, so Bizariza Jizza is going to be starting his stream back up, guys. Just going to give him a shout out because he's in the chat too. His Carrington Chronicles will be starting again at the end of this month. So you got less than 11 days. It's going to be starting back up again. So that's another channel I would ask you to please go and support, is go check him out. JJ can throw his link up in the chat. But again, pinball preparedness, again, he put the event together, had a nice turnout, a lot of people. And, once again, and I'm going to say this because I really, truly find this to be so true. No matter where you're from in the country, no matter what your background, when you put like-minded people together, it was a really very nice social event. Everybody was chatting, people were sitting together and they were talking, getting to know each other, and it was really, really neat. It's really cool to see. It doesn't matter if you're from the north or the south, the east or the west. It makes absolutely no difference. It's all here. It's all mental, and because you're talking with like-minded people that are not thinking you're crazy, that you're a nut job or whatever the case may be, it is amazingly awesome. And East Tennessee Preparedness said I had an awesome time, and I did too. It was really fun. Like I said, it was really nice meeting all the different people and talking with people and all those type of things. The ornament that was also given to me, and I can't remember the lady's name that gave me the ornament. She gave me that for Heather. I did give that ornament to Heather, and she loved it. So she's here. She'll probably pop in at some point. So, but she'll show that, I'm sure, when she comes in. But yeah, it has been just just before I left, it was crazy here at home. A lot of things happening, and then getting down there, you know, we marked over 600 trees. So let me explain to you what's going on with that. All right. So the game plan down there, and I have my tally ledger is in the car, so I can't look at it and say, okay, well, this is what it was. But what we did, the game plan is I'm going to put together a package thing, and I'm going to put it out to like 4 or 5 different loggers in the area down there and give them an opportunity to bid on the project. So they have their forester will come in, he'll look at the job, then they give me an estimate of what they would pay me for the trees and the work and that type of stuff. So what we're going to do is a couple different things with this. I'm going to have them cut down some pine. The pine is going to be cut up and brought back to the property. All right. I'll sticker it, which basically means when you stack it, you're putting a piece of wood, a small piece of wood, in between each board as you stack it so that it has the airflow. I will tarp that in the spring. Then I will hopefully, if we get this coordinated fast enough, I don't know how quickly they'll get down there and log it out, but they'll bring the pine back in. I'll stack it, and I'll have that for building materials in the spring. So when I decide to build in the spring, I will use lumber from my own property. Second thing we did is we marked probably 15 to 20, it's called cull trees, Cull. And what those are trees that the loggers wouldn't take or they're twisted or whatever the case may be, but we will have them cut those trees down, drag them up to the meadow and put them in a certain spot, which I then will use those trees and cut them up and buck them all up and use those for firewood over the next several years. What structures are you aiming to build first? Candace says. You know what? I really when's the plan to permanently move there, Ed? Okay, so I will get I'll get to all of those. I plan on bouncing back and forth from New York and West Virginia. When the weather gets nice in the spring, my game plan for me is going to be I plan on spending about 3 weeks out of the month in West Virginia, and then I will come back to New York for a week. Then I'll go back down for like 3 weeks again, come back up here for a week. So I'm going to be go back and forth doing that. So then there's a lot of work that has to be done in West Virginia, a tremendous amount of work. So I need to be there to do it and get it done and all those type of things. But there's a lot of projects that I'm going to work on down there, and I'm going to share that with you guys as I do it. So what am I building first? Well, I have the camper, so I can live in the camper as I do what I need to do. So for me, two priorities come first. Once I get down there and I'm spending most of my time in West Virginia, it's going to be power and water. Those are the two projects first. Got to have power, got to have water. So I will definitely set up rain catchments as well. I definitely plan on doing that. And but I got to develop the springs and get everything squared away and organized. It's going to be a lot of work, but again, I have Wi-Fi down there, so I can use a hotspot off the phone. It just takes quite. It depends on the part. It's weird. It's part of the day. If I get into the evening and I want to upload a video, it could take 3 hours. That's without using a hotspot. Okay. Um, During the middle of the day, maybe 40 minutes. Now, I came back here to New York and I brought all those videos with me. I can have those videos are going to be going up in 3 to 5 minutes. So there's the difference. So it's all it's just all part of what happens, and that's why I did a bunch of videos so that I could have the early videos done. So I could concentrate on what I needed to concentrate while I was down in West Virginia, and not be like, oh my God, I got to get 2 videos a day up. So the whole early videos were that, and like moving forward, I got a bunch of videos that I did down there so that we can continue to share what we're doing and what's going on down there. But it is so again, I plan on I'm keeping both properties. I'm not getting rid of my property in New York. And I tell you, an honest reason to keeping my property in New York, okay? I made a promise to my sister, and I had said to her before I even thought about getting a second retreat and buying another property, I said, uh, come here to my homestead, get a building, put it on here. I go, you can stay forever. You don't have to worry about rent. You're getting older. And, so there was, those type of things. So that was one of the main reasons why my sister moved to my property. Security, long term. Don't have to worry about where am I going to live, how am I going to survive, and all those type of things. So when I bought the property in West Virginia, we sat down and we had some very long discussions about the whole thing. Can you live in a camper full time? Yeah, you absolutely can. Now, but I don't. That Sandwich is asking that. I don't plan on living in the camper full time. The camper is going to basically be a stopgap until I get something more permanent built. By the time next winter gets here, not this winter, because this winter I'll be here in New York, but by the time next winter gets here, I definitely will have something more ready to live in for the winter. Even if it's a small cabin to start out with. I mean, like I said, I don't even know how that's going to go right now as far as what I'm going to do down there. But anyway, so we sat down and she says, I don't want to leave the grandkids. I don't want to move to West Virginia. So I said, all right, I said, so, we talked about it, and I said, the property here in New York is paid for. I don't owe anybody anything on that except, obviously my taxes. And so I said, I'll keep both. And so, with that being able to do that, I don't want to. So one of the things for me, honestly, uh, the cats, I don't want to have to transfer the cats down to West Virginia. So this is their home. They've been here a long, long time. So I want, and like Molly, she adopted us. You know what I mean? So and that type of stuff. So it's what I may end up doing. And somebody made a good point. When I go down to West Virginia, I may just take Hella with me down to West Virginia and transport her back and forth with me instead of all three of the dogs, because then the other two can be like the early warning signal for Mom and Beck and Heather up here in New York. And Heather will come down and spend time with me in West Virginia as well. So I mean, it's just going to be, it'll be chaotic, but it'll work. We'll make it work. But you know, so let's talk about. Okay, so I want to go back, and I do want to talk about the trip down. So never towed anything in my life. Didn't know how that was going to go, and so we got started. And I was thinking, I was giving myself 12 hours. It's normal, about a little over an 8-hour ride. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to drive like I normally drive in the truck, so I'm going to have to go slower. And so the first part of the journey is all back roads until you get on the highway. So I'm on the back roads probably, you know, didn't sway. Okay, JJ, we'll get into that. Well, he's asking how bad it is sway. So left here. So anyway, so my truck can tow 11,500 pounds, and that's why I went with the truck that I did, because the camper is 7,500 pounds. I wanted to make sure I had more than enough capacity to be able to, to do that. So what ended up happening, we get it all hooked up, and then we start. Now I've towed nothing ever, ever. Okay, so being honest. So we start out, and I'm like, okay, it's a strange feeling. You got this huge camper behind you, and I have the mirrors on the truck that'll extend out so I could see fine. I didn't have any issues with that. And back roads, we took our sweet time. Once I got on a highway, I realized pretty quickly it pulled great. So JJ's asking how bad did it sway? It didn't sway at all. No swaying whatsoever. Okay. And so I never did get the sway bars, because the reason I didn't get the sway bars, I figure it's a one-way trip. That camper's going down there, it's staying down there, it's not coming out of there. So that was why I didn't get the sway bars, because that's an expense in itself. Did not sway at all. You really didn't know the camper was behind you until you got to a hill, or you're watching your gas gauge. Oh my God. So I'll tell you about that in a second too. Um, so, you know, if you got on a hill, the engine would kick in more, and it never lagged. I mean, the engine handled it really, really well. I had no issues. I averaged 65 miles an hour down there. Could I have gone faster? I'm sure I could have, but because the camper wasn't swaying, and it was fine, I was satisfied with 65, because in my head I was thinking 55, and so it took us 9.5 hours to get the camper down there. Not bad at all. All right. So gas. Oh my God. Normally my truck gets around 20 miles to the gallon. Okay, that's pretty much the average, around 20 miles to a gallon. I was averaging between 8.5 and 9 miles to the gallon with towing the camper, and it was unbelievable. $220 in gas to pull that camper down there. So there's another reason why the camper will stay in West Virginia. So again, I will say this, and I had several people mention, "Oh, you're never going to get that camper in there." Well, there you are. It's there. It's in there. We got it in there. So there we go. And but much more comfortable staying in the camper, I will tell you that, than sleeping in the tent. Yeah, it's but yeah, it's I have a whole new respect for people when I see them on the road towing their campers, going on whatever trips are going, because I know what their gas mileage is, and it sucks. And the price of gas, Pennsylvania is out of control. Obviously, New York's out of control. West Virginia wasn't bad. Anywhere average from 315 to 325 a gallon. and so yeah, but yeah, it was just it was crazy. A lot of, like I said, a lot of fun. We got it down there, and we got it in there, and it's set up, and I'm extremely happy about that. Gas here in New York right now is 3.49 a gallon. So to kind of give like the just before I left, gas had gone up 20 cents a gallon in 1 week. So lots of foraging to do in West Virginia. Oh my God, yes. With the amount of woods in the hills, and there's just a tremendous amount of wild edibles, and yeah, it's just I'll tell you, it is amazingly beautiful down there, and I have so much area that I can do so many things. And oh yeah, somebody's Zane is saying, "Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon." Yes, sir, absolutely. How you like me now? How do you like those gas prices? So, but anyway, yeah, it's like I said, it was enjoyable. It was nice to be down there. Dennis was a tremendous help. Absolutely awesome. When you have somebody that has the knowledge of trees, that has logging experience and knows what to do, you take that knowledge and you use that knowledge. And he was a huge help. And so, but anyway, so let me go back to the trees. So we have the pine we're going to harvest and have them mill that up for us and bring that back to the property. So then I can build in the spring and I'll have my own building materials, and it's just what I decide to build. So I may build something more of a permanent structure. John Arthur Lawrence, who the hell is Brandon? Okay, there was a NASCAR race, John. For those of you that don't know what "Let's Go Brandon" means, there was a NASCAR race. The winner of the race, his name was Brandon. In the background, while the reporter was interviewing him about his victory, you could hear the chant in the background, F. Joe Biden. Very clearly that you could hear they were saying F. Joe Biden. Okay. And so this commentator, quick thinking as she says, "Oh, look at that. They're chanting for you. Let's go, Brandon." So that has become a meme now. Okay. So you can say that. You can say that anywhere. And you're not going to be, anybody that knows what it means is going to understand and probably laugh. Some people I'm sure won't. But, you're not saying something so horrifically offensive, such as F. Joe Biden. So that is, yeah, pretty funny. I think it's hilarious. I love it. Uh, you know, be careful what you wish for, because sometimes you get exactly what you wish for. So all of you out there that said anybody but Trump, there you go. Congratulations. You got exactly what you wanted. Like I said, when Trump was in office, gas in New York was 2.20 a gallon in January of this year, and now we're up to 3.49. So there you are. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. But we hiking up and down in the hills was a lot of work. I had one day got some pretty bad cramps, um, and so it. But after that, I was fine. It was just you would wake up in the morning and be like, oh God, we got to go back in the woods. So, but it was well worth it. So, um, we'll see how that. And here's the other thing too, with having the property logged, I'm doing a couple different things. Number one, I'm opening it up for the smaller trees to proper forest management. Basically, it gives the smaller trees a chance to grow. I can utilize the trees that I can utilize. I can put some money in my pocket, which is going to be meaning that I'll have money to put into the property, and that is, that is the game plan. That's why I'm doing it. I have with purchasing the second property and spending money down there and doing what we've done already down there. None of that is cheap, and it's not free. So it's I have exhausted most of my reserves that I had, which I generally don't like to do that, but it is what it is. it's a necessary evil, and but it's, it's going to pay off in the long run. I'm going to have an awesome property. Well, I do have an awesome property in West Virginia, and you know, 25 acres, and it's very, very private, which I love it. And let's go, Ed. Cameron. Yeah, all right. Um, but yeah, it's like I said, it's well worth it in my opinion. I think it's going to be a use the money from the trees to buy a tractor. Rob Price. Well, actually, what I'm going to do, Rob, to be honest with you, I plan on talking to some of the different companies like Kubota or John Deere and see if we can't work something out. Because if I have some of their equipment that I'm using down there that they would give me as a sponsorship type of thing, they're going to get free advertising out the wazoo, especially when I'm down there. But so that's kind of how that'll go. But yeah, it's I have a lot of work ahead of me, a lot of legwork, stuff like that, things that I have to do. So back here now in New York, what do I have to do here, right? So obviously winter will be here before we know it. I still have a bunch of stone I have to move, so I got to get that done. I want to get that lathing up onto the greenhouse on the outside to help secure that better, and it's going to be better that way. That has to be done. A little more cleanup out front has to be done. Some trees still have to come down out front. And so Dennis is going to come in. He's going to cut those trees down. And he wants those trees because they're larch. Larch burns really, really hot. So, and, and those type of things. And so, like I said, it's all, there's things that still have to be done. I'm going to be doing a video to show you what it looks like now. That video will be coming up soon, and you will see how the property looks now. It looks a lot more open. So people were asking me about that. So I'm going to address that really quickly. They're like, "Oh my God, now you've opened it up right there by the road, and people can see into your property. If you were attacked, it'd be easier for them to attack." They would have had a really good thing to hide behind with all that debris there, that they could have hid behind that and attacked us that way, and we wouldn't have probably been able to get good shots at them because they had cover. Now, if somebody came, if they have to come to a wide open area, they're the easy target, and it's better. Now, first of all, again, I will mention I live on a dead end dirt road, off of a side road, off of a side road. If things got to the point where we felt that we were in danger or in peril, not even on the side road, but out on the main side roads, if you will, we would drop trees across the road. Nobody's driving down in there. So the area where we're at up here, what do you want to do? Do what you want to do at it's your land. Absolutely, be fair. You're fine. And it's. But I just wanted to explain to people why I was doing it. It's security reasons, and I wanted to clear it up because I want to put fruit trees up and through that area. I wanted an area where I can build another woodshed up front for Mom and Becky for their place. And did you hear that Biden wants to dispatch NG across the country? I did not hear that. I did not hear that. The National Guard is what she's saying. I did not hear that. I know there's a lot of issues going on, a tremendous amount. And NG is National Guard, guys, for those of you that don't know. It took me a minute too. I'm like, NG, okay, National Guard. Um, so here's the thing too, and so they're talking about these caterpillars, and the caterpillars are generally black and brown, okay? And it kind of determines a lot of times when you see them in the fall, what's your winter going to be like. So if they start out black and then they have a longer brown spot and then, black again, or however it is, the black and the brown on these, uh, the caterpillars, it determines what your winter is going to be like. The blacker the caterpillar, the woolly bears, that's what they're called. Rob Price has got it right. So the blacker they are, the harder your winter is going to be. Well, I'm going to tell you guys what I have seen up here in New York with the woolly bears. All black. There was no brown on the woolly bears that I saw up here in New York, which tells me, and it's a good indicator, and it's usually fairly true, that it is going to be a very long, cold winter. So, not looking forward to that at all. You know. Morning lights at Ed. I saw several woolly bear caterpillars, all black here too. Yeah, that's not a good thing. I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of snow here, Ed, with the amount of rain we had. Zane just said that. Yeah, I think we're in for it, guys. I think winter is going to be absolutely brutal. So let's talk about this right now, really quickly, because this part I think is important. And I know I haven't done a lot of the let's give the thumbs up stuff, but I'm going to do that really quickly because we got like 5:33, we only got 2:35. I'm going to ask for a thumbs up, please. We'll get back to normal live streams. I just wanted to catch up with you guys, to sit down, explain what's going on, what I'm doing, what my thought process is with everything, and stuff like that too. But with the cost of fuel oil and all those type of stuff. Hey, Asif, let's go, Brandon. Uh, is a compliment with Fleet Regulation 46, Section A states, uh, transmissions are being if transmissions are being monitored during battle, no uncoded message or be able to transmit it on open channel. Ah, okay. Well, thank you for that information, and thank you very much for the donation as well, Asif. I appreciate that. We'll do the head count, guys, in a moment. But the woolly bears I've seen here have been black and brown. Heather P said that. Well, like I said, now where are you at, Heather P? If you throw that up there, put it all in cap letters so that we can see what state you're in. I would be curious to see what state you're in. I'm just saying in New York, they've been the ones that I've seen are all black, which means we're going to have a harsh winter here. Fuel oil prices absolutely jumping through the roof. Heather's in North Carolina. Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, Black and brown for East Tennessee. Sheila just said that. Okay. Now, where this is the black and brown? Because that gives an indication of how it's going to start, where the middle's going to be, and how it's going to end. So, I saw all black one today, Middle Tennessee. Tina Cobb just said. All right, cool. And believe it or not, that is a really good indicator. For whatever reason, it really does work. So, don't be surprised if that's how it's going to be where you guys are. Yeah, the fuzzier they are, the worse the winter is. Yeah, and they're fuzzy. They're really, really fuzzy this year. Black here, add very little brown in Virginia. Independent Marine just said that. Very cool. I'm in North Carolina too, but there's a lot more black than brown. Rob Price said that. Okay, thank you, Rob. I appreciate that. So anyway, the indication is that it's going to be a rough winter. Okay, the forecasters are saying, a lot of them are saying the same thing. With the cost of heating your homes with electric, oil, propane, the price of propane, the price of heating oil, and all those type of things, the price of gasoline, everything has uh, gone through the roof. It's absolutely gone through the roof. So they've already talked about there may be brownouts, right? They've already, if you've heard that already, guys, there may be brownouts. Please, please, please heed my warning. Plan accordingly. If you don't have a Mr. Buddy heater, or you don't have some other way, alternative to heat your homes, find one. Find one, because it could be very, very deadly and very, very dangerous. If we have a really cold snap, bad cold snap, and there's a complete huge drain on the power system, which is already very fragile already, because these idiots that are in control have not taken care of business. Okay, they haven't taken care of our infrastructure. They need to stop stroking each other's egos in Washington and kissing each other's butts and trying to play their little games that they play, and put together something to protect our country. That's what they need to do, instead of whatever filibusters and in special interest politics nonsense. Just do something strictly infrastructure, take care of our country. But Heaven forbid, that would be too simplified, and that would actually make everybody look good, and whatever administration was in office would get credit. So they can't have that. Oh my God, no! It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, I really want you guys to prepare and be as ready as you can be. Have alternative ways to heat your home. Uh, I got the wood stove that I'm going to set up in the greenhouse. I'm going to show you guys that, how simple it was, how cheap that that little wood stove is, and how well that could work to help heat a small area if you had to. Now, I've had people say to me, because I've talked about getting small wood stoves, getting tent wood stoves and stuff like that, and having them for your apartments and those type of things. People, oh well, my apartment doesn't allow this or doesn't allow that. If the power is out and out for any significant length of time and they can't get the power back on, you are going to have to be proactive to help yourselves. So having that campfire stove that you can utilize in that emergency situation, I'm not saying to use it as an alternative way to heat your apartment. I'm saying in that emergency situation, having that as opposed to dying, do what you have to do. And you know what? When the power comes back on, and if they give you any crap, they can go pull the dead bodies out of apartments where people did not have a way to heat themselves, and they can come. You'll have to deal with that afterwards. That's just my advice. Okay, that's my advice. You can do whatever you want to do. If you want to say that they won't allow you to do this or that in an emergency situation, folks, you have to be, like I said, you have to be proactive. So let's go ahead. We'll do the egg count. I have no idea what the egg counts were while I was gone, because I wasn't paying attention. Okay, I had other things on my mind. But today I'm back home. So yeah. Oh, Heather, come on in, hon. Oh, you got your. Okay. Oh, she's in a laundry basket. Of course she is. So
I'll give this off to you.
okay. So I will take the little baby. So you guys wanted a kitty sighting. There is Miss Stella.
She looks very happy.
She does look happy. Are you happy? She's a good girl.
And then I wanted to thank the subscriber who gave this to him to give to me at When Balls Get Together, right?
Yep.
I appreciate it. I think it's very beautiful. So I have it on the corner of my TV right now. So yeah, thank you.
So did you miss your dad when you were gone? When I was gone?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I always do.
I know. I always miss you too.
I like being alone though.
I do. Well, see, the thing is, we live in the same house, but we have our alone time, if that makes any sense. But we can still be in the same house, and we're perfectly content. We don't have to be up each other's behinds. You can't even see her here. This is so funny. I mean, it doesn't even look like I'm petting anything. She is so black. Candace, plastic your windows, heavy drapes, seal updrafts in your door frames, etc. Buy a small tent. It could keep you warm if necessary. Hi, Heather.
Hi.
Thank you, Candace. I appreciate good advice. Very good advice.
I think I can see her eyes.
Oh,
She had one for a second.
the other thing I would absolutely recommend is wool blankets. Make sure you get wool blankets. So, yeah, cleaning my shirt. Yeah, I'm stroking myself because it's the way, because things are so bad in the world that I have to self comfort because I'm so sensitive.
Right.
I'm not sensitive.
No.
Okay, here you go.
Okay.
All right.
There you go.
Oh my God. So anyway,
Purr. Why is that?
yeah. It's because you kidnapped her and she's all twisted up. Okay, so egg count. Let's do the egg count. Sorry guys, we got distracted with Heather. It happens. So I'll give you guys a minute to get your egg counts in here, and I'll see if. All right. So several of you are correct, but I'm going to go with the first correct answer, which was Steel Tiger 86, I believe was the numbering. 3 eggs today. Heather told me that they've been averaging between 3 and 4 a day while I was gone, and the most that she had in one day was 5. Again, my birds are all molting right now, and so to me too, it's like with everything going on, I pay attention to the signs of nature when it comes to the weather. The with the chickens really getting their feathers in place now is telling me too that, I mean, they're going to molt every year. Don't get me wrong, but that's what happens. They slow down. They take that energy. They make feathers so that they're ready for nice shirt. Oh yeah, I got a okay. I got that obviously when I was out in South Dakota. We checked out the Badlands, and of course I had to get a shirt. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but yeah, it's getting cold early. Yeah, it really has been. The weather has definitely changed. Um, but it's I my for me personally, my most productive time is spring and fall because I can get outside. I'm not getting eaten alive by mosquitoes and the bugs. It's cool enough during the day that I can get stuff done and not be sweating like an absolute pig. And also at the same time, I can, you know, do what I got to do, and it works out really well. So I like that. Did you get a pinball T-shirt? I did not. No, I did not get a T-shirt when I was down there at Pinballs Get Together. Zane said I sell Let's Go Brandon bumper stickers too. So there's Zane guys in the chat. I talked about him earlier. Obviously, reach out to him. He's right there in the chat. JJ put his phone number out there for you guys if you would like some custom work done by him. And again, I want to thank him again for that. I was something I will absolutely use, and I think it's very very cool. So that is awesome. So. Yeah, unfortunately, the days are shorter. That's the only thing about this time of year. It is dark by as you get closer and closer to the winter solstice. Ends up being dark at like 5 o'clock, which absolutely sucks. But it's I think Pinball sold all but 6 shirts. Wow, that's cool. I mean, I don't even know how many he had down there, but I know he was selling a lot of shirts, which is very very cool. No, again, great event, great get together. I met some very, very cool people, and so I think that it's always, I'll tell you what, we, per community, I don't care what other communities are out there with different niches of what people do. I think ours is the best because everybody is on the same page. And again, there's not any of that. Like, if you look at, okay, so I'm going to give an example of something. You look at the rivalry East Coast and West Coast with only thing I can think of off the top of my head is like the rap battles that they had back in the day. You had the West Coast crews and you had the East Coast crews, and they were killing each other over music, which to me is absolutely stupid. They had the same kind of music. They should have been coming together in celebration, actually, and that's just my opinion. But with prepping, in living off grid in the lifestyle that we all are embracing, we're all like minded. It doesn't matter where we're from. It doesn't matter what our religion is. It doesn't matter what color we are. We're all like minded. And so we can all get together and we can sit down with that common interest and have great conversations and be able to, yeah, red bandanas versus blue bandanas. Yep, JJ, your Bloods and the Crips. That's another good example. What the sad thing is, realistically, and I even say this like with the motorcycle gangs. Another thing. Okay, there's another one. I could have used those as an example as well. You have the rivalry with the Hell's Angels and the Mongrels. You have all the different clubs out there. Would they really don't understand that if they actually work together, how much power and control that could be? Crazy. Especially the outlaw motorcycle clubs, guys. If they work together, it would be, yeah, the Democrats and Republicans is another great example. It's pitting people against each other over stupid stuff. 170 at Pinballs Get Together, 94 shirts sold. Okay, very cool. Yeah, I know we had a really nice turnout, real nice turnout. So, and again, so for those of you that don't know, I will be doing my get together again this coming year up here in New York. We're doing a 3 day event the Friday, 15th, 16th, and 17th of July. Let me just double check to make sure I'm right when I'm saying that. And let me just double check, make sure I'm giving you guys the right dates. Yes, the 15th, 16th, and 17th of July. All right. We're going to be doing the event right at Greg's property. So we're not going to be having to go to this event here, that event there. Now, if you want to come up and you want to tent camp, if you want to bring a camper, you're more than welcome to do so. If you want to come up for the day and hang out, you're more than welcome to do so. We're going to have a real nice get together, just like we did this year. And but like I said, it's going to be all at one place, one event, one setting. And I think Greg is actually talking about building a stage so that we can have some music and those type of things as well. So I think that would be very, very cool. We had a great time last year, and again, people coming from. I want to give you guys an example of something with the like-mindedness of people coming together. So we did this event last year at Greg's. A lot of people spent the night up there. Saturday was a complete washout. I think we ended up with between 2 and 3 inches of rain for that day because it rained the entire Saturday. So we did the event at one of the places. Then so the people that were stayed on the property at Greg's. We had a huge bonfire. It looked like freaking Woodstock because yeah, Freedom or Death said I was at Letchworth. Yeah, so we did the Letchworth on day two. We're doing everything. We're doing everything right at Greg's property this time, and so that way people don't have to worry about driving someplace and then coming back. And so if you get there, you want to hang out, that's the way it's going to be. It's going to be awesome. So you know, we had a huge bonfire. People were drinking beers. They were commiserating. Everybody's talking, having a great time. When everybody left, there was not one piece of garbage on the ground, other than it was muddy. But everybody picked up after themselves. There was not one raised voice. Nobody was fighting. You would think that, okay, now after the event, people are drinking, they're going to act differently. Everybody was respectful. Everybody, it was awesome. It was an awesome event. Everybody was absolutely very, very cool. We had a great time. And I know that we're going to do that this next year as well. So, with the advance notice, I'm hoping that we have a bigger turnout this year, and hopefully the weather will cooperate as well. But that's the thing. So hopefully you guys can come. You have plenty of time to make sure you can get the time off from work. Because I had some people say, "Give me the dates. Let me know when you're doing it so that I can make sure I can get those dates off." So 15th, 16th, and 17th of July, everybody's got to be off his property on the Monday morning. So you would have to all leave by Monday morning. So, but we're gonna have a great, great time. There's a ton of Let's Go Brandon shirts and hats online. I saw that. It's really taken off, which I think is hysterical. Absolutely think it's hysterical. So, yeah, everybody was very respectful. People were helping each other out. We had a couple of people, you know, we had a couple of people that got stuck that, Greg grabbed the tractor and pulled them, out of there because of the mud and stuff like that. So I'm hoping, I'm hoping that we get good weather, for this next year's event, but we'll see what happens. So, but anyway, so it's like I said, we're gonna have a good time with that as well. And so, like I said, I'm looking forward to that. And so, hopefully, with enough notice, people can say, "Hey, I'm going to go to that." And again, this way, with everything being at Greg's property as well, there's not going to be cancellation. So, like if I rented a venue and said we're going to be doing it this day, and then if they come up with some nonsense, uh, you know, I'm a biker and a Vietnam veteran. Hey, you know what? I'm a biker myself. Anybody that watches this channel knows that I ride. I don't do the club scene because it's not my thing. I've been approached by a lot of clubs. When I went out to, South Dakota this year with my buddy. He rides with U.S. military vets, and they were really wanting me to be part of that. And I was thinking about it. I really was. And it's not a 1% club. It's just, it's that other thing. And what I saw with what they did, and they slapped his hand and played games with him, I'm like, that's why I don't do clubs. So here's what, because I when it comes to riding, I ride when I want to ride. I go where I want to go. I am not going to have anybody dictate to me, you have to do this, you have to do that. That's not why I ride. That's not any part of why I ride. I don't need to be part of a club to be cool. I enjoy what I do. I've partied with some clubs, and I've partied with 1% clubs. They're cool dudes. I got no issues with them whatsoever. It's just not my thing. You know what I mean? So I mean, I'll hang out with them and drink a few beers and have a good time, but it's just not, that's kind of how that's how I roll. I'm too I'm too independent. I'm too independent for that. I mean, some people like that, and that's great and that's awesome, but yeah, no. So, but anyway, so yeah, bikers are. I'll tell you what. Realistically, you would be surprised. Bikers are probably some of the most awesome people that I've met. All walks of life. So many different people. Yeah, biker clubs are a lifestyle. They absolutely are. They absolutely are. And if that's your thing and that's what you want to do, I have no judgment. I have no judgment on that. I don't, but I've never, I had one issue one time. You want to hear a story real quick? We'll do a story, and I'll tell you what happened. So only confrontational situation I've ever been in with a biker club, and at the time I wasn't even riding. So um, a buddy of mine used to go to a strip joint all the time, and we got to know the barmaid. So, and I mean, it was a hole in the wall strip joint. The beer was cheap, and we would go in there and we would shoot pool. And if you had 8 strippers in there, one might be okay. I mean, it was not, you weren't going to a high end strip joint if you went to this strip joint, okay? Just putting it out there. So we got to know the bartender. So we used to walk in, and they served hot dogs, hamburgers, and that type of stuff, right? So I I used to go in and I'd be like, I'm not sure if I want to have the lobster tonight or the caviar. It was like one of those kind of things. We had a good relationship where we joked with her all the time. So some friends of mine had a band, and they were playing down by the beach at this one particular bar. And so we're gonna go support our friends at this bar. So we walk into the bar, and here's this girl is there. Now, her boyfriend was in a 1% motorcycle club. Okay. I don't care, whatever. So she sees us. She comes up and she's like, oh my God, what are you guys doing? She goes, come on, we got to go to the bar. We got to do a shot. Absolutely. Right. So my buddy says, hey, dude, I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I'm like, okay. So her and I are standing at the bar, ordered the shots. And this guy grabs me, had on a leather jacket, grabs me, spun me around. He goes, what are you doing, man? I go, what? You know what I mean? He goes, what are you doing with my woman, and blah blah blah. And then she's like trying to diffuse the whole situation. So he takes off. He's gone. Next thing I know, it's me. I'm standing there, and there's like 7 bikers standing there. So I ain't winning that situation, guys. I can handle myself, but I'm not winning that situation. So she's diffusing it. There's nothing going on here. He's a friend that comes into the bar. He was just buying me a shot, yada yada yada. So now I see behind them my buddy standing back there, right? And he's just standing there because he's like, oh my God. And so we you know it got diffused, everything was cool, they walked away. The one of the other guys was like, man, don't sweat it, everything's good. And I'm like, all right, cool. But I so my buddy comes over and he says, man, listen, he says, I always got your back. He said, but we would have got our butts kicked bad. And I said, yeah, no kidding. So we decided it was time to go. So we left. I didn't want any of the problems. We left. So sometimes discretion is the better part of valor. So, but yeah, that's my only time I've ever had any kind of issue, and it really wasn't an issue; it was a misunderstanding. But misunderstandings can turn into very bad situations in a hurry. But yeah, yes, Zane, I saw your truck at the get together. I did see your truck. It's very, very cool. How the way you have it set up is very neat. Oh, there was another couple that was at the get together that had a panel van, and they had redone it themselves, and they brought me into their panel van and they showed me. It was very, very cool setup. Very, very cool setup. So, but it was no, it. I'll tell you what, guys, the get together was amazing. We had an absolutely wonderful time, and oops, she should have introduced you first. Well, I don't know where he was when we ran into her. I have no idea where he was. So, yeah, that was an interesting day. So yeah, we decided it was time to go. So I wanted no other issues, you know. But like I said, I've dealt with biker clubs and I've never had issues with people. Generally, people that are on bikes, everybody's really down to earth and they want to talk to each other and they're like, oh, what do you got? What have you done to your bike? How have you modified it? So I got to tell you, the most thankless job on the planet, right? The guy that is stocks or that installs stock pipes on Harleys at the dealership. It is the most thankful job. Because why? Because as soon as you buy your Harley, you take the stock pipes off and you put something better on. That's what happens. So, I mean, there's not too many people that keep the stock pipes. Anyway, so I know time is getting away from us, guys. This stream is just going to be pretty low key, because we're almost done with this. We're going to wind this down shortly. Yeah, I'm doing my green tea. I'll tell you what, I got some good working out this last week, just walking where we were and doing what we had to do. So I work with 281 members, coolest guys I know. I'm going to tell you what, like Rob, that's a good point with that. If you don't act like a jerk to a motorcycle club or guys in the club, you're not going to have any issues. They're not looking to just go out and bother people at random. But when you get people that want to cause problems because they're wearing the patch or they got whatever colors they got on, that's where the issues come in. And you get some people to think, oh yeah, well, you know, this guy's a Hell's Angel. I'm going to go try him, and it's just stupid, stupid, stupid stuff. Unnecessary, to be honest with you, very unnecessary. But did you lose more weight in West Virginia? Sure looks like it. I'll be honest with you. I have no idea. I haven't been on a scale in a week. Um, I know that muscle weighs more than fat, and I'm sure that my legs are much, much stronger. I feel pretty good. So, what was I going to tell you guys? I was going to say something here. I'm trying to remember what I was going to say now. Oh, I do want to remind everybody. Okay, so members, if you are part of the members, if you're not part of the members of the channel, you can become part of the members. If you go to my main page, you will see the join button. There's 3 levels of membership. I do a live stream every Monday for my hardcore preppers, which is the highest membership level. Tomorrow, all members, whatever level you are on, I'm going to do a live stream strictly for members only. So if you are a member, I will be doing a live stream tomorrow from 8 to 9 for just those people. So it's going to be all membership levels. It's kind of my way of trying to make up for you guys because it's like I've just been crazy, crazy busy. It's been insane how busy I have been, but in a good way, And like even I don't even know. I haven't even. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't even know. Let me look at the forecast real quick, and I'll tell you what my game plan is up here. All right. So tomorrow they're talking 80% chance of rain tomorrow. So I think we're going to be doing inside stuff tomorrow. Then Friday and Saturday, it really starts getting colder. Like today was like 71. It wasn't bad, not a bad day. Um, Tomorrow is going to be 71, and then after that, we Friday and Saturday our highs are in the 50s. That's the highs. In the 30s at night. high 30s. So we haven't got a frost up here yet, I guess, but we'll see what happens. But the weather's definitely going to be changing. So I have to skedaddle with that and get my outside stuff done that I need to do. But that's kind of where I'm at with that. But um, Ed, have you cleaned the gardens out? How much have you preserved? Candace asked. The gardens are pretty much done. I think this is the butternut squash is still going. What I'm going to end up doing, and you'll see there's a pile of dirt up front, which is the rest of the composted cow manure. I'm going to be pulling out all the rebar out of the top of the beds and the fencing and get all that out of there, dropping down more dirt. I would like to try to get more leaves into everything as well, into the beds, and then get them covered for the winter. So, because they're going to settle down more, and so I want to do that. But so I got that I have to do. I got more stone to move. I got a lot of more than some. I got a lot of stone to move. So that's going to be over days. That's not going to be anything that happens all at once. But so I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be working on the outside of the greenhouse, getting that stuff done. And so there's definitely enough to keep me busy. There's a couple things that we have to do in Mom and Beck's place to button them up better. They got their water now, so they got running water. So that part of it is done, and just trying to get things squared away. Every year, I'm going to tell you what now. I will definitely tell you this. Every year has gotten better, and you appreciate things so much more when you don't have them. You really do. You really do. And so with them not having running water for their first year here, and now they do. And she's like, "Oh my God!" She's like, "What a difference to be able to just take a shower here whenever I want to." And I get it. I get it. We didn't have running water for a year and a half. Did you say earlier that you were putting a wood stove in the greenhouse? Yes, yes, and I will share that with you. It's going to be small scale wood stove, and you will see that. I want to try to utilize the greenhouse as much as I can over the winter and see if do some experimenting and see what I can do. And so with having this smaller wood stove in the greenhouse, I'll show you all that. I'll show you all that stuff. And like I said, I got reviews that I got to do because those companies have been calling me and be like, when are you going to do the review? I've been a little busy. So I do need to do that because I have some cool stuff that I have gotten that I want to share with you guys and show you. So I still have to take the flags down, yep, and hang the gutter. I'm going to tell you right now, the gutter ain't going back up this winter. Not going to happen because if I put a gutter back up this winter, when we get the ice jams and everything, they'll come back down. So I'm not going to worry about this year. We had other priorities other than doing the gutter this year. The other the rain catchment system is completely full. So we've had enough. Is the greenhouse vetted for a wood stove? No, but I'll make sure that it's going to be safe. I'll make sure that it's safe. So, but trust me, I'm not going to do something where it's going to catch the greenhouse on fire and burn it down. That's not what I'm looking to do. So I like the greenhouse. So, but anyway, guys, we are getting late in the game here, so I'm not going to do any more shout outs tonight. I did a couple during the stream here. So we'll get back into normal everyday thing, but we have to do We Are Legion um, because we have to, because I'm back here. So we're going to do that. It's been a really nice chat with everybody. Pretty low key, mellow chat. And that's kind of, just trying to catch you guys up and show you where I'm at and all that good stuff. So anyway, we are Legion because we are many. We're all over the country. We're all over the world. We are a huge family. We're a huge network of people. And again, to we have a lot more power than people think. So, but where is everybody from tonight? We have Franklin County, Ohio. So, and again, if you would shoot a thumbs up, I would appreciate that. Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Northern California, Afton, New York, Connecticut, Beech Grove, Indiana, Waterloo, New York, Ulster Park, Cape Cod, Oshawa, Ontario, Canada, BC, Canada, Nowhere, Oklahoma. The UK is in the house. Scott, welcome. Glad you're here. Navajo Nation in Arizona, welcome. Northeast Ohio, Kansas, Raleigh, North Carolina, Queensland, Australia. Very nice. Welcome. Bushnell, Florida, Pleasant Lake, Michigan, Southwest Ontario, Canada, Auburn, California, Temple, Arizona, Minnesota, North Alabama, Donner, Pennsylvania, Fort Worth, Texas, Northeast Colorado, New Jersey, Western New York, uh, Ada, Oklahoma, South Australia. Welcome, glad you're here. West Gulf Coast side of Florida, Mid Appalachians, New Mexico, Hodges, South Carolina, BC, Canada, once again, Temple, Arizona, Essex Junction, Vermont. Welcome, guys. Pittsburgh, Mississippi, Inverness, Florida. There's my folks with the okay, Inverness, Florida. Okay, you guys see that there? That's Clyde. Clyde and his wife had the panel van. Very, very cool. Thank you guys for sharing that with me and showing that. I really appreciate that. That was awesome. Super, super sweet couple too, by the way, guys. Uh let's see who else we got. Nothing is moving. This didn't. Okay, there we go. Close to Bragg, North Carolina. Cool, Rob. That's awesome. I was in Bragg, Fayetteville, North Carolina. But let's see. Flying Post First Nation, Candace, up in Canada. Mars, Pennsylvania. North Highlands of California. So again, if you've been listening to the different names that I've been reading, we've got Australia. We have the UK. We all over the United States, all over Canada. We're a huge family. We really are, and we have so much power. Um, we organize. There's no stopping us. What we can do, what we can get accomplished. None. Nobody could stop us. So, but I'm ready to be mellowed out here in New York for a few weeks. I am going to be taking my sister Becky, hopefully down for a couple days. We're going to go end of November. We're going to go down for a couple days down there. And then we have another event that we're going to be going to for a couple days. When I go to that event, I will be off the radar. There is no cell service where we're going to be going. None. I can't even make a phone call. That's how bad the service is where we're going to be going. So it's, but we're going to be there for a couple of days. And so that should be fun as well. But yeah, it's, we're going to have a good time. Like I said, I'm super excited about what's going on in West Virginia, and we'll see how it all goes. Now, if one of the logging companies ends up submitting a winning bid, I may be going back down to West Virginia for a week while they log out the property to babysit. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But I'm sure I'll use a lot of propane then. We did have we did turn the heat on it, for a while, and then we turned everything off when we went to sleep. But you woke up in the morning and it was chilly down there. So I imagine another month from now it'll be even more chilly. So, but anyway, I want to thank my moderators. I want to thank you all also for coming back and being part of this. I appreciate you guys. The support that you guys give me on the channel are awesome. Really, really humbled with everybody that I met down at Pinball's Get Together. I don't consider myself a celebrity. I'm just me. So it's really, really nice to have people come up and tell me they appreciate what I do, and that they got into prepping because of me and stuff like that. That's why I do what I do, and so it means a lot to me. But you guys are all awesome, and I really do appreciate all that support. You guys are fantastic. You really are, and I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Yep, Norman Prepper just said keep doing what you're doing, Ed, and I'm just gonna keep being me. You know, so PN1 celebrity at 100,000 subs. And we're getting closer. We're at what 95,800 now, I think, and so getting closer. And as soon as I hit that 100,000, it's time for a tattoo. So I will definitely be doing that as well. But anyway, guys, I am going to jump off of here for now. Again, thank you all for being here. My moderators are the best. I appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen, that moderate for me. So thank you guys as well. And so it's fun. It's been an honor doing what I do and being here and having the support that I've had. It's been just wonderful, and sharing our lives and what we're doing. And I think having my family here is huge. I love that part of it as well. It really, you know, to me, family's important. I know some people they don't think that it is, but family doesn't always have to be blood. Family's not always blood. I have met, like I said, through this channel. I have met some people that I consider my brothers, and Eric is one of them. And he knows he watches his channel, and he knows how I feel about him. My buddy Reese down in South Carolina is another one. He knows how I feel about him. And there's a lot of you out there that I consider my friends now. So, and it's because of this channel. So, I am absolutely 100% blessed. And when the time comes, guys, we're going to work together and we're going to do what we have to do. And that's how it's going to go. So, but anyway, I'm going to jump off. Remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. And as soon as we can figure that out, we are definitely going to be in much better shape. We have to stop letting them manipulate us. We really do. Over race, religion, political affiliation, the vaxxed and the unvaxxed, it's all nonsense. It's all nonsense and means nothing. It means nothing at the end of the day. If we can work together and come together as human beings, oh my God, what we could accomplish would be amazing. Really, truly amazing. Also, remember, guys, hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So let's tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD. Step thing and day. I told a young lady today that I'm going to have STD tattooed on me, and the look in her face was like, and I said, "Oh, it's not what you mean." And I told her, one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. It is the best mantra, in my opinion, because it can be used for any situation. It doesn't have to be about prepping, it doesn't have to be about living off grid. It's whatever you are trying to accomplish in your life to give you peace, to make you satisfied, whatever you're trying to do. Work towards it methodically, and it will happen. I am a perfect example of that, guys. Perfect example of that. And that's a mantra that I live by. Just methodical, get it done. And you have those people that'll tell you that you can't do it, you're never going to be able to do this, you're never going to be able to do that. And my favorite thing to say to those type of people is, watch me. So anyway, I will see you all later. Have a great night. Again, live stream, members only, all levels, tomorrow at 8 p.m. So if you would like to join us, please subscribe. All right. So I will see you all later. Prepper Nurse One out for now.